Hi, my name is Bob Hill. I'm the president of the Church of Scientology, Mission of Riverdale at 308 Broadview Avenue in Toronto. The topic of today's sermon is 2 rules for happy living. Scientology is a practical religion. It teaches a person how to know. The word Scientology means knowing how to know. Do you want to be happy? Are you waiting for something in your world to change so you can be happy? Are you someone who is continually thinking, if only I had this or that, I would be happy? Well, I'm going to give you some things you can do to help you create happiness for yourself right away. Okay? Good. Today's sermon is based on information from the book Scientology: A New Slant on Life, written by L. Ron Hubbard, who explains to be happy, one must be able to confront, which is to say experience, those things that are. Okay? So if you're able to confront those things that are, you can bring about happiness. There are 2 rules for happy living. 1, be able to experience anything. 2, cause only those things which others are able to experience easily. Okay? We'll explain them to you a bit. Let's look at things that are not easy to experience. For some, being alone, not having a job, being laughed at. I'm sure you can think of things you don't like to experience. What if you could just be there and look at those things and perhaps find some joy in what comes to you? You could go for a walk. You could experience your environment. You could really see the green grass, the blue sky, the color in the flowers. You could get productive doing something you love. You could smile at the person laughing at you. I can give you an exact example of that. I used to train wild animals, and there's a newspaper clipping of me with a chimpanzee. That clipping went around and, got online. My wife put it on there unbeknownst to me. And people were making comments like, who's Bob? The chimpanzee or the other person? So instead of getting, oh my God, I kind of laughed about it, and I actually communicated to the people, and I found some joy in it. So some people don't like wearing masks. Some make a game out of it with colorful masks and gloves, and others just confront it and are happy to be with it. Unhappiness is only this: the inability to confront that which is. Therefore, it is important to be able to experience anything. And rule number 2, to create only those effects which others could easily experience, gives us a clean, new rule of living. For if one does, then what might he do? He must withhold. So I'll give that to you again. For if one does against what he might do, he then must withhold or hold back from others. So if I create a bad effect on you, then I must hold back from you. If I do things to others and I create an effect, then I must withhold from those people. You got it? So there is no reason to withhold his own actions or regret. Same thing. If one's own actions are easily experienced by others. So it's kind of an example of that would be, I do this service every week and I say things and I perceive that others can experience what I say. Now if I got up here and started yelling and screaming and jumping up and down, people might not be able to experience that too well. And so I try to presented in a way that can easily be experienced by others. Okay? Good. Now, imagine a relationship or marriage with no secrets. Imagine everyone acting in a way that others can accept. This is a sweeping test and definition of good conduct, to do only those things which others can experience. If you examine a person's life, you will find he is hung up only in those actions he did which others weren't able to receive. Isn't that interesting? An example would be someone lying to a friend or hurting them, then dwelling on that, feeling bad, not able to talk to that person, not able to find happiness. Confronting that and apologizing could put in the two rules and allow the person to be happy again. To achieve and maintain happiness, you have to have certain rights, and these must be recognized and defended. And the Creed of the Church of Scientology lays out the rights we believe are inalienable. They can never be, that means they can never be taken away for each being. Okay? So, with that said, I'm going to read to you the Creed of the Church of Scientology. We of the Church believe that all men of whatever race, color, or creed were created with equal rights. That all men have inalienable rights to their own religious practice and their performance. That all men have inalienable rights to their own lives. That all men have inalienable rights to their sanity. That all men have inalienable rights to their own defense. That all men have inalienable rights to conceive, choose, assist, or support their own organizations, churches, and governments. You tracking with me so far? Good. That all men have inalienable rights to think freely, to talk freely, to write freely their own opinions, and to counter or utter or write upon the opinions of others. That all men have inalienable rights to the creation of their own kind. That the souls of men have the rights of men. That the study of the mind and the healing of mentally caused ills should not be alienated from religion or condoned in non-religious fields. And that no agency less than God has the power to suspend or set aside these rights overtly or covertly. And we of the Church believe that man is basically good, that he is seeking to survive, that his survival depends upon himself and upon his fellows in his attainment of brotherhood with the universe. And we of the Church believe that the laws of God forbid man to destroy his own kind, to destroy the sanity of another, to destroy or enslave another's soul, to destroy or reduce the survival of one's companion or one's group. And we of the Church believe that the spirit can be saved and that the spirit alone may save or heal the body. Okay? Now, the more actions a person emanated which could not be experienced by others, the worse a person's life became. Recognizing that he was a bad cause, or that there were too many bad causes already, a person ceased causing things. An unhappy state of being. Have you ever known someone who did a lot of bad things, or was part of a war where many people were hurt, and when they recognized what they had done, they just stopped creating things? Sure you have. Pain, misemotion, which is the wrong emotion for that situation, unconsciousness, insanity, all result from causing things others could not experience easily. What can you do to confront what is and just be able to experience it? Well, For example, I find happiness in going out, and when I feel disgruntled about people or something, I'll go look at the people. Or I'll give you an example. I felt like, oh my God, what's going on with all those people in Tent City, all the homeless people in Toronto. So I decided I'm going to go take a walk and take a look at that. And I did, and surprisingly, my affinity for those people went up considerably. And I started to look at what they were really going through and how they were being affected by the various things in their environment, and started figuring out, what can I do to help? So, what do you dislike? How can you just experience it? Rule number 2. I gave you an example of rule number 1. I went out and faced it and started thinking, okay, I could do more of this or more of that. And in my own way, from what I do, I try to improve that state. Rule number 2, what can you do to cause only those things which others are able to easily experience? How about showing someone you appreciate them? That usually helps. How about stopping yourself from yelling at someone and helping them to correct something? Look at ways you can apply the 2 rules for happy living to your life. Think about that, okay? Great. I will now read to you the prayer for total freedom. May the author of the universe enable all men to reach an understanding of their spiritual nature. May awareness and understanding of life expand so that all may come to know the author of the universe, and may others also reach this understanding, which brings total freedom. At this time, we think of those whose liberty is threatened, of those who have suffered imprisonment for their beliefs, of those who are enslaved or martyred, and for all those who are brutalized, trapped, or attacked. We pray that human rights will be preserved, so that all people may believe and worship freely, so that freedom will once again be seen in our land. Freedom from war and poverty and want, freedom to be, freedom to do, and freedom to have. Freedom to use and understand man's potential, a potential that is God-given and God-like, and freedom to achieve that understanding and awareness that is total freedom. May God let it be so. You got it? So today, when you go out there, try and apply those 2 rules to happy living. I'll go over them again real quick for you. Be able to experience anything. See something that's bugging you and you can't seem to let go of it, involves other people or such, go and confront it. You'll feel better. 2, cause only those things which others are able to experience easily. Try and be nice to people. Even if you woke up and you felt disgruntled and a little bit tired because you didn't get enough sleep, try and create good effects on other people. And you'll find that, yeah, maybe you're a bit tired, but at least you're at ease with yourself. Okay? The Scientology book, The New Slant on Life, and booklets and videos with details on how to stay well are also available online with Riverdale Mission. So join us next Sunday for more ways to improve your life. Thank you.